Good morning, parents of Grace Christian School, families and friends. Dr. Pettinger's here. I just wanted to start this podcast or video with my new mustache mask. What do you guys think? Is this pretty cool? Do I have a mask on or do I not have a mask on? Anyway, thank you, Sean and Mandy, for this wonderful mask. It's really cool looking, and I will utilize it on campus when I'm out and about. Hey everyone, can you believe we are finishing up our third week back to school for the 2020 school year? It is extremely exciting. We are having a great time. Our distant learning students, a lot of the ones I'm talking to, are having a great time, as well as our students on campus. Hey, if you want up-to-date information about Grace Christian School, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We're really getting into the social media thing and utilizing it to get more information to each of you. Thank you so much, Mrs. Fortney. I appreciate the thumbs up. But subscribe, hit the bell. That way it'll give you information up to the minute of what's going on. And Betta, thank you very much for tuning in again. We have our regulars that come on. That's great. So anyway, we're starting something new this year, and this is particularly for our first grade through third graders. And what that is a snack card. And it looks something like this right here. And this is the form that you'll be receiving, or you should have received yesterday. Basically, what we were seeing is our first, second, and third graders carrying money around on the playground. And that's probably not the safest thing. Although third graders are learning about money, we developed this snack card. And the snack card is you can put money down in the office and the card will get credited and they can buy things in certain increments. You can put on this card what's the maximum amount they are allowed to purchase at a certain time. And that may be $1, it might be $2. Also, we have a spot where it says maximum deficiency. And that means what's the max that you can run the card over. Right now, we're saying $1 to $5 would be the max that we'll let a card go over, and we'll see how that goes. The reason for this, it gives you a little bit more control, parents, to say you don't want your children spending an entire $20 bill on snacks. Not that our snack team would let them do that, but it also prevents them from losing it on campus. Our fourth graders through eighth graders, they are a lot more responsible with money, and we do not have cards in place for them. And TK through first grade go to a completely different kindergarten playground, and they do not utilize the snack bar. So that's something new that just went out. So last week, Jessica Rivers asked about Yorku. She says, hey, can we see more Yorku and less Dr. Pettinger? No, she didn't really say that, but she asked if we could see Yorku, and I think that's a great idea. Yorku has been on our campus for 4 years. He is a unique dog. He's one of a kind, and we've got to do a lot of things with Yorku. He's trained with the DEA, the CHP, all different police agencies. He's done demos for other schools, and I'm going to show you right now a video of a couple of Yorku's training things. One's with gunshots, and don't worry, all the students knew beforehand that this was happening, and the parents knew, and we let them know when we're going to do trainings. And another is just a training. If dogs biting people bother you, you might skip over the next 2 or 3 minutes or not let your young children see this, but this is Yorku on our campus, and you might like to see it. So there's Yorku chasing the bad guy down. He's practicing targeting there. He goes on, stays engaged on the suspect or whoever the person is on the campus, and will maintain that until he's given the command to release. And at that point, we'll get him off. Here he is leaving my office, going for a gunman that was on the playground, simulated, of course, and he goes to attack the gunman. And once he bites, he goes for the gun arm and bites. What will happen, if you've ever been bit by a dog, you know that that hand will immediately release and the weapon would go. What Yorku is trying to do is to provide us important time. That's Yorku at Disneyland right there. And I'll tell you a little bit about more of that when the pictures come up. But he's buying us that important time in case something happens on campus that we can get law enforcement on their way here. Yorku does not replace our great men and women of Cypress Police Department or Orange County Sheriff's Department. What he does is he is an asset that is highly trained, same types of dogs that the police department uses. He went through some of the same training they went through. He's even gone through some advanced training that those dogs have not gone through. One of the biggest things with Yorku versus some law enforcement dogs is Yorku is very socially balanced. He doesn't have some drive that like a Malinois might, but Yorku is a Czech Shepherd, and his drive is balanced with his respect for kids. And if you see here, he's always out there with the kids. He's with all my grandchildren all the time, from the time they're born all the way through, and has just a gentle spirit. He comes to sometimes our assemblies, and he'll come through different things and just wants to be petted by the kids. And he knows that his job is to protect the kids. Yorku right now is in third grade. When he got to our school, he started in kindergarten, and every year he gets promoted. He gets a student ID, and he moves right on up the chain. So here, let me show you another picture of Yorku. So there's Yorku a little closer up, and there he is with a stormtrooper, and he was at Disneyland doing a training where Yorku's trained in a couple of different things. He's trained in firearm apprehension, firearm detection, and regular apprehension. So those are the three unique things that Yorku is trained in. He's a wonderful dog. We've had a number of government officials come and watch Yorku work on campus, and he is a model that was taking off right before the COVID crisis started. And we hope to share some more with him once we get going. He's done a lot of demos at other schools also. But that's Yorku. And once the school year starts getting off and we're back on, we will be doing on-campus trainings, and we will tell you about that when we're doing it. We don't always announce the day, but we will tell the kids that it's getting ready to happen, and it's good. Hey, Mr. Davison, yes, Yorku is looking good. He is a very handsome dog. So Yorku's a pretty sharp-looking guy. He makes me look good when I have him on a lead. Anyway, you can see him around on playground, and he usually isn't on a lead, and the reason for that is he's trained to respond immediately to threats, and he will respond on his own to gunshots, but anything else he has to be directed. So that's Yorku. Great dog. We love him, and he has done a wonderful job for our campus. Well, unfortunately, every week I'm giving you these announcements. I'm going to continue to talk about COVID because that's just the reality of what's going on. Parents, I want to thank you. I'm hearing from different ones of you who have kept your kids home because they've had a fever or they've had a runny nose or they're having congestion. That is terrific. And you are communicating and doing an excellent job with us. You know, these fires right now aren't making things easy because it's causing a lot of eye irritation. It's causing breathing issues and everything like that. And sometimes it can fake like it might be a symptom on here. But parents, if your child's not feeling well, keep them home. If they have a fever, a cough, or anything like that, please keep them home. And if they have multiple symptoms, reach out to your physician and ask them for their professional opinion. You're doing a great job. Our volunteers who are doing the screening at the gates are doing terrific. We can't thank them enough for how well they're doing at the gates. I'm hoping that this will all go away soon. But for right now, it's with us, and we are going to take every precaution and do all the preventative measures in class so that we can continue to be the gold standard for schools when it comes to showing that we can have children safely back on campus where they need to be. And with that being said, if you are a distance learner, I understand in some situations there are family members at home that you need to be home because you can't take even 1% of a risk or you could endanger a family member. So we understand that, but every week we're going to just briefly talk about COVID and move on throughout. So with that being said, tonight is back to school night for our junior high. You should have received flyers and information about how you can watch the junior high teachers' presentations. As we said last week, we thought there might be an issue with Zoom and total counts, which there was. And so the teachers will be giving you a video that you can watch for each of the junior high classes, and they will be available if you need to email them a question, and they can return that for you. If any of you listen to KFRN in Long Beach, it's a Christian station. I had the opportunity to be on community outreach, I think it was. They interviewed us about our school and how we have taken proper COVID precautions, what other schools can do. And I will be providing a link to that if you'd like to listen to that interview in its entirety. It's not long. I think it's about 6 to 7 minutes and just a little bit of like a community update. In addition, we want to thank our parents, our PST team, for providing our staff with muffins today. We muffin you. I can't remember exactly the catchy phrase it was, but our staff, their hearts were touched by how kind all of our parents are. The kind notes that you're continuing to send to all the teachers is great. I do want to recognize our facility team of Jeff and Rory. They are doing marvelous. They're out there making sure our rooms are getting sanitized, disinfected, our restrooms are being cleaned, and they're making sure that we always have the right amount of equipment on hand to be able to keep all of our students, our staff, and safe on campus so that we can continue with this great thing that we're working on. I'm sure if you look outside, you'll notice there's been fires going on and the air looks pretty terrible. I want to reassure you that we are in constant contact with AQMD. We get 30 to 15-minute updates on air quality for our direct area, and we monitor that. At certain times when the air quality changes some, we'll tell the kids they can't be running on the playground, and at other times we have to stop outside activity completely. The masks have been helpful for the ash that's been in the air as kids have moved from class to class for electives or going to lunch. So at this point, the highest rating we've had is what's called moderate, and that's not even yet where it's unhealthy for sensitive people. We've been truly blessed right here at the school. We've seen some real unhealthy air in pockets around us, but we're tracking that every day, and we will keep students in if necessary in order to do that. Photos are coming up real soon. Our distance learners, you will be getting an email, and you will have time slots that you can come in between. And as you see a person walk in, the next person can walk right up to the door from their car. And pictures, we are told by our photographer, will take about a minute a piece, and that will allow the photography, the picture to be taken out. We'll spray the seat and get the next person in. So we'll be able to make that quick work for you for the distance learners so they can come get their pictures taken. I'm looking to see if there's anything else. That is about it. I can't thank you enough for tuning in. I do want to let you know that our website, we are having that reworked, and probably in about 2 weeks, maybe a little longer, you should see an entirely new revamped website. It will have a lot of the same content, but it will be easier to work through and flow. Anyway, I can't thank all of you enough for tuning in. We hit a record high of 20 people at one time, and I think we're at 15 right now. But I appreciate you tuning in. We have the best kids anywhere, and talking to them, their attitudes have been great. I know it's been kind of hard for some of them. They've been away from a real school setting for 6 months, and it's hard to jump back into that. But anyway, they're doing great. Parents, I just want to thank you again for all of your support of the staff and being supportive of these policies that we're having right now. And you are truly working together as a team to keep each other safe so that we can continue this. That's about it. Don't forget to subscribe. And yes, Miss Sis, there will be class picks. They're going to be different this year. Instead of all the class together on risers, they will be based on a composite where each individual student's picture will be in the class picture, kind of like I used to do when I was a little kid before they pulled everybody on risers and things like that. So yes, there will be a classroom picture. And Yorku, just in case you want to know, he does get a picture every single year, and he gets a student ID card as well as in the class picture. You are more than welcome. I'm glad I could get that information for you, Carrie Jordan. And I can't thank all of you enough for tuning in. I feel this is a great way that I can have coffee with you every morning for about 10 to 15 minutes, share what's going on, and just our true excitement about just now finishing up 3 weeks of school. 15 days will almost be in the books. And before you know it, it's going to be October, and Thanksgiving will be right around the corner. But anyway, parents, I hope you have a blessed day. In your prayers, keep us in your prayers, keep our staff in your prayers, and most importantly, keep our firefighters in your prayers. They are dealing with some really tough situations right now and trying to protect people's homes. So anything we can do to pray for them and what's going on for favorable conditions would be greatly appreciated. Parents, thank you. We love you. We love your kids. And I hope until next week, you have a great week. Thank you very much.